defending his crown in March. Right, we're behind the scenes here at Cheltenham today, and earlier on, that's where we sent Luke.
We might wonder at home why, when you're watching a horse race, there's so many vehicles following the horses round. Liam Kerrins, you can tell us, you're the course vet. Why are there so many vehicles, and who are they?
Well, out in the convoy, we've got a paramedic, medic, took after the jockeys, and then we have 3 mobile vets, so that if incidents happen in the back straight, we can leave a vet to deal with that.
So I'm with you. You're the first vet.
Vet, yeah.
Are we the first port of call then?
Yes. Well, we have a spotter in the grandstand that can survey the whole course, and if an incident happens or a horse pulls up abruptly or there's something untoward, we usually get a shout on the radio. Because of the position we're in the convoy, we should see it happening anyway, but we have the backup of extra help from the stand, and then usually I would call for one of the vets further back to peel off so that we can follow the race. But
okay,
it depends on what happens and where it happens as to whether we're required.
So one thing I did want to ask, I didn't know whether there was some, you can see all the various different flags that sort of just help people, and just having a look over here.
So this is the doctor's flag, this is the doctor's vehicle. Orange flag is for vets. So, and that's useful so that, again, the spotter or the clerk of the course, if something has happened, they can see by those flags it's been attended to, because the appropriate vehicle is parked there, and everybody knows, as well as on the radio call, that the flags indicate that there is a vet, doctor, paramedic in attendance.
The one thing I want to clear up is, and it worries everybody, when a horse has a fall, the screens go up, and everyone thinks, oh no, it's bad news.
We use the screens to set up a private, quiet space. The horses may be coming around again.
Like a curtain in a ward?
Yes, and it's just whether the horse has a minor wound that we want to put a dressing on before we ambulance it off, whether it needs sedating because we need to assess it more. If we can get it into that confined space behind the screens, it's easier to deal with, and it's a private place to work on the horse.
So do you try and keep an eye out for anything when you're going around like this? Is there anything specific you're looking at?
Well, at this stage, you're generally watching the back markers, and probably a little bit further into the race, if something is struggling, you're watching how they're jumping, because it might give an indication of problems that might arise. But 2-mile hurdle like this, you're really wanting to be close to the action at the business end.
Just got the last to jump now, all 8. Ooh, mistake. Did you see the last one just coming over? That's
tired horse going to finish now, this last one, so we'll be watching that coming down the walkway just to make sure, but it's just been hacked home nice and steady. It's not under any pressure. We'll be keeping an eye on that as it comes back down to see that everything is okay.
So your job hasn't finished now, that the race is finished?
The race is finished now, so we need to get across so that as the horses come down the walkway, we pick them up on the turn here to walk back up to the stables, up to the unsaddling area and the winner's enclosure.
What are you looking for? Distressed horses? Or
yeah,
horses
a horse might have overheated, might have bled, have a cut, and some of them we're best to take them off course, back up to the stables directly if they want to go for immediate attention.
So Liam, thankfully all 8 came back safe and sound.
Yeah.
So your job now is just to...
We're just watching the horses as we go back up, having a quick glance to see that there's no cuts or scrapes on anything. And
where's the most common place? Where would an injury just...
over the bulbs of the heel, cuts that might appear on the back of the fetlock joint a bit higher up. Could be a bit more serious because there's tendon sheaths and joint capsules in that area. So we'd want them back up to the stables quickly to give any wounds a good flush out and a clean up, further assessment. And obviously if there's a lame horse, we don't want them walking all the way back to the stables. We've got 3 horse ambulances deployed around the course. So anything that's at all uncomfortable can be loaded up and taken back in the ambulance. They're all specially designed with low ramps and good suspension.
Not dissimilar to a professional athlete, a professional footballer. These horses are looked after to perform at the highest level.
Yeah.
They've got to have the best care.
They have to have the best care, and they're having that at home, and we just need to make sure that they're getting that and more here, because this is championship racing where everything happens a half a gear faster. So we just want to make sure that we reduce all risks and have everything in the best possible state.
It's fascinating stuff, it really is. Thank you very much, it's been great fun.
It is, it's amazing the care that goes in. welfare such a big issue at every racecourse, not just Cheltenham. So what happens during a race with Simon Clace, for example, and his team even?
Well, obviously they're observing what's happening and they can give direction to the vets in the car. We've got 3 vets following the race, so that ensures that they're never more than 45 to 60 seconds from a horse if there is an incident. And then you have a vet at the finish and you have one ready down in the treatment boxes, down in the stables if necessary. So you've got a big team observing these horses to ensure they're receiving the highest level of care immediately.
Fascinating. Eva, thank you very much indeed. I actually watched a race up there with Simon Clace one time. The attention to detail and the correspondence that goes all around the racecourse, extraordinary. Nothing is left to chance. And up next, you've got a difficult one because he's going to be in the middle of